Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my backyard. Today is February 14th and this is my weekly shop update. So I've been spending some time today moving lumber around. So I needed to get the lumber out for my son's bed, which I'll be starting pretty soon here, and that's over there. I'll show you that in a second. But I know a lot of people are wondering, we've been putting all this lumber you've been cutting on the sawmill. Well, I have a lot of it sitting here ready to go in to dry. And that's kind of what I was trying to coordinate here. The lumber for my son's bed was towards the bottom of my pile, and I wanted to get the entire pile out of the house and out of the way so I can put in the new wet stuff to dry. So everything on the table here is all of my dry lumber. This is just the lumber I have stored for future projects in that pile. I have a lot more lumber than this. But this is what I used as a counterweight or just as a weight to hold the lumber down flat while it's drying. So out here I have some of the stuff I've been cutting, some of the smaller stuff, some of the weird crotch things. That stuff over there is driest from inside, and I have some more stuff over here. So this whole stack here, these were the two logs that were sitting on the mill last week. The elm was about 11 feet long, and the spruce was around 10. The elm yielded boards that were 14 inches wide, and the spruce was 13 inches wide, so pretty sizable pieces of wood. I also got a piece of 12-quarter from the elm, and then a piece of 12-quarter from the spruce, which I have leaning against the house. The stuff down here is just some of the other stuff I've been cutting. I just have it stacked out here until I can get it properly stacked to dry. So over here, these are the boards that are going to become the bed, or at least the headboard, footboard, and rails to be out of this. I have some maple I'm going to use for the posts. These slabs came from a walnut log that I cut with my chainsaw mill in the fall of 2015. Yeah, it was the first time I took my log trailer out. That was a lot of fun. Brought them back here, slabed them up. Now they're dry, ready to go. I'm pretty excited about this. The crotch figure is really nice, the color is really nice. I think this is going to be a really cool project. So I'll get the headboard and footboard out of these two slabs. I should be able to have enough length here where I can cut these in half and have book match panels for both the headboard and the footboard. And then I'll use probably this guy here for the rails, and maybe this one here if I need it as well. So that's the plan there with the bed. These have to go into the shop so I can start processing them. And then I have a lot of stacking to do. There's a lot of lumber out here. So I'm definitely going to be getting quite a workout this week as I get all that stuff stacked. In the shop last week, my wife Lindsay was out here and we were working on a project together. Well, actually, she just does the project and I just kind of make sure everything goes all right. So about a year ago, she carved this spoon out of walnut, and that was a really fun experience to be out here, watching her learn how to do that. And the video did really well. Everybody really liked the video and responded pretty well to it. So I know a lot of people asked, or told us, you should be out there a lot more often doing woodworking projects. And I figured it'd probably be once a year. So we're back out here again a year later. This time Lindsay's making some little shelves, bookshelves that go on the wall, little cloud shelves. So she was out here last week. We got all the lumber cut to size. We got it milled up on the jointer and planer. And then she spent some time on the bandsaw cutting out the cloud shapes. So next she needs to go back over all of the profiles, clean them up with some sandpaper or with a sander, and then sand the faces, and then make the little bottom part that kind of joins the two together so they become a shelf. So that's exciting. I'm pretty excited. Although it's kind of funny because the only woodworking going on in the shop last week was my wife. So that's pretty entertaining, I guess. So let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week are a pair of tea chests by Matt. The chests are built using spline miter construction with a 4-way book match for the case material. The tops and bottoms are walnut veneer over Baltic birch plywood, and the tops are inlaid with an ebony banding. You can find more pictures of the tea chests as well as some build process pictures over on Matt's Instagram. Next up is a Menorah by Jason and his son Alex. Jason's son Alex is 9 years old and they made the steel Menorah together. Jason's made 3 other Menorahs with his sons over the years, and I think this is an awesome tradition. Next is a leaning ladder shelf by Mark. The shelf is made from English oak The design is simple and minimalistic, and the edges of all the shelves are beveled to match the lean angle. The last of this week is a cherry end table by Chris. This was his first time using Morrison tenon joinery, and he's proud to say that this table has no screws in it. The drawer is constructed using half-blind rabbets, and for the finish he used a sealing coat of thin shellac and then 3 coats of Danish oil. So just a reminder, I do have that giveaway going on right now. There's a link in the description if you haven't already gone, check that out and entered it. Little update from last week. Here is the actual mallet that you'll win if you win the mallet from Dima. So there it is. Beautiful mallet. Got that. All the prizes are listed over there on the website page. And good luck. You have until Friday. Yes, the end of day on Friday. So make sure you enter. Looking forward to picking some winners. So I think, though, as I look around here, I think that's all I have for this week. Thank you, as always, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking. Have a good one.